Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Today we're looking at adjusting the width of individual cells in a table in Word. I have a new document set up here. I'm going to create a table that has just 2 columns. To make the rows a larger height, I'm going to grab the bottom border here and just drag down. Then I'll click here on the table selector, right click and choose distribute rows evenly. So all of the rows are the exact same height. Now when I go to adjust this midpoint here, you'll see that it affects all of the rows at once. If you want that to affect just one row, this is what you're going to do. You'll place your cell pointer in the bottom corner of a cell in that row. Now it can be either of these, because if you adjust this midpoint, it's going to affect both of these cells. So click here in either of these cells. And when you do, you're going to get the cell content selected. Now there's nothing in this cell right now, but we're seeing that something's happened. We're selecting something. So now if I drag on this midbar, it's going to adjust the width of the cells in this particular row. Now you can't do that with a row height. So if I go down here and click here and try and just select this cell and I try and drag down on the row, it doesn't adjust for just that cell, it adjusts for the whole row. If you want a different height here, the only option you have is to divide it into 2 or 3. So you're going to click in the cell here, you'll go to layout and you're going to split this cell. And in this case, we would want, for example, 1 column, but 2 rows. And when I click OK, you can see that we're splitting it into 2 rows. You can see it's a little more difficult to get a custom height on a cell. So it's harder to adjust the cell height, but very, very easy to adjust the cell width. Let's go and do this one here. I'm going to adjust it to a different position. Now for this one here, I can attempt to adjust it, but because of the way it's set up, it's going to bring both of these cells with it. You just can't adjust one of them to the exclusion of the other. So if you drag it at all, it's going to bring both with it, but you can't get it to just bring one. Now, one of the questions you might have is, I've put these in different places. Now what do I do with them if I want to get them back all together? Well, getting them back all together is pretty easy. What you'll do is just drag one of them until it's positioned immediately over the one that you want to join it to, if you like. Now sometimes it won't go in the exact position, but as long as you get it close enough to, this is what's going to happen. It gets joined back up. And so we could take this one here and just move it back. You can see it's now joined, and now it will travel with these. Now as we split this particular cell into 2 rows, you can also split a cell into columns. So if we wanted 3 cells across here, what we would do is just click in one of these and we'll go and split this. So we'll do 2 columns, 1 row, and that gives us our 3 cells. Now if we want all 3 cells to be equal, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to click to select the contents of this cell and just move it so that I get it started, so it's broken away from this set here. Now I'll select over all 3 of these cells, and I'm in the Table Tools Layout tab. I'm going to click Distribute Columns, and now they're evenly distributed, so each of these 3 cells is the exact same width. I hope that this basic introduction into adjusting the size of cells in a Microsoft Word table has been of help to you. Please, if you did enjoy the video, would you give it a thumbs up, click the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you'll be alerted when new videos are released. Until next time, my name is Helen Bradley. Thank you so much for joining me here for this YouTube video tutorial.